we're going to be hosting a new tournament on Isola della Tempesta. It's going to be more extreme than anything we've done so far, and we have some all-new event types. Are you in? As you may have noticed, Isola della Tempesta is home to its own tropical subclimate. We'll be seeing storms like this pretty regularly throughout the season. It's a very different set of challenges from anything we've faced so far. Combine that with some really harsh and rugged terrain, and I think you'll start to get the idea of why we're here. All right, I have something I need you to get involved with. Get yourself over to Nice Harbour and bring an overnight bag. I'll see you there.
What is going on today, guys? Tomcat here, and today we are taking a look at the Storm Island DLC, or expansion pack, for Forza Horizon 2. Now, this is the first expansion pack for Forza Horizon 2, and I wanted to do this commentary as a post-recorded commentary, because normally I do these live, but I really wanted to get kind of really take in the first impressions of this, so then I could really relay that to you guys through a commentary that was recorded after I actually played, because I feel like I really wanted to do that with this expansion. Now, the biggest thing that I noticed right off the bat was the new loading screens are actually really, really cool. These new animated loading screens with, like, the rain and the weather and, like, the trees blowing all over the place actually look really, really nice. I mean, it was the first time in a while I'd ever seen loading screens that I was, I don't know, like, interested to look at. There was something cool about the loading screens, and it was nice that they actually added that little detail to it. I really, really kind of appreciated that just as a player and as somebody who stares at loading screens all the time, and it's nice that they took their time to make the loading screens a little bit nicer to look at, if you guys know what I mean. Now, another one of the things you'll notice right off the bat is how crazy the weather actually looks. Like how much, not only detail, but how intense everything actually feels. There's a real intensity here to these events and these event types, and just the island on its own. The island has this presence to it that you don't really know. You don't really notice it until you actually start driving. But once you start driving, it's pretty ridiculous. I mean, you got that volcano in the background, and I mean, you start out with a road trip. Now, the road trips aren't really that long here at the island, but here you see we're driving the Ford Ranger, well, highly modified Ford Ranger for racing, but still. And the first thing you notice right off the bat is everything is a lot more dramatic than before. The tracks are a lot more dramatic than before. If you're going into a corner, it's going to be a lot more banked. If you're going down a hill or up a hill, they're going to be a lot steeper. The jumps are a lot higher. Everything is, I guess you'd say, everything has been turned up. And that's really what I was hoping for out of this expansion, because right when I found out about it, I was like, I really hope that they do something similar to the original Forza Horizon Rally expansion. And this is basically, it's very similar, but they've taken that same kind of concept and really, really taken advantage of all of the new hardware capabilities that they have with the new console, with the Xbox One, and all of that processing power, and really done a ton of stuff to showcase what Horizon 2 is capable of. Now, I thought the weather in the base game was cool, but this actually, it really shows off what their weather engine can do, but it also shows off the lighting and the reflections a lot too, because you can see kind of like the puddles of water on the ground and stuff like that. You can see a lot more reflections in the cars. If you look to see, like, minute details, you see more reflections in the cars, you see more reflections just kind of everywhere, just on objects, you see more shadows. It just seems like they went back and did a little bit of extra work with, just in the graphical department, and not that it needed it, but it's nice to see that they actually did that. Now, I'll let you guys go ahead and listen to the actual, in-game dialogue for a quick moment.
Each one has a specific theme or discipline. Here, you can see all of the championships that form part of the tour. As you complete them, more championships will open up to you. Win enough championships, and you'll get an invite to the island finale, which will put everything you've learned here to the test.
So basically, it's very similar to the original Horizon 2 career and how that career worked. But we're going to go ahead and start it off with the Extreme Off-Road Championship. And like I said, basically, it works very similar, if not the same, as the career events that we had back on the Horizon 2 mainland. Now, the only difference really is in the types of events. They start you off with a rampage event. Now, the rampage events are basically a sprint, although there's obstacles placed throughout the actual course, and it's, I guess you'd say, it's just made up to be a lot more intense. Everything is made up and made into it to be a lot more intense, to make everything require more out of you, as a driver, as a player, and as you're playing the game, there's just more you have to think about and more you have to focus on, and I think that's a good thing. I think it's more engaging that way. I don't know if it's going to be that same way for everybody, but at least for me, for somebody that likes to, for somebody that's very, very, very interested in games that really take a lot of focus and really make you focus on them, this really takes that and kind of brings it all together and really gives you a really in-depth experience, I guess you could say. Now, the weather, especially at night, is when it gets the most intense, because when it's raining and it's at night and just there's the wind going everywhere, the trees are blowing all over the place, there's a lot of distractions, and the distractions, I think, are what's gonna get most people when they first start getting into the game. The distractions are what's gonna get them, because not only are there distractions that people aren't used to, but it's like distractions that you want to look at. You want to see what the storm is doing to those trees over there. Like, you want to see what's happening with the AI, and I just very narrowly missed those gates. I was surprised I didn't destroy them and destroy my vehicle, pretty much. But also, going off the jumps, as you'll see later on in this race, is it's very different than the jumps we had on the mainland of Horizon 2, because not only are they a lot higher, but they're a lot harder to see over because of the fact that there's so much fog and rain and mist. You can't really see where you're going to land, and that creates a whole new set of not really fear, but just not knowing where you are half the time, as far as when you're in the air with these jumps. And as you can see, we're already just a little bit into the race, and it's already gotten really intense, but also you've been able to see all of these corners that really dip down and have these huge bankings, and it kind of reminds me a little bit of those old, like, arcade trophy truck style games, which is, you know, I'm not trying to pick out any specific ones, but just that kind of genre, and it's really cool to see all of those aspects brought together. I mean, I know I may have said that a couple times already, but I feel like this is what it's one of the things that Forza Horizon 2 needed, because they had all of these, like, extreme off-road vehicles, like the Bowler and the Ram Runner, but they didn't have a ton of events to really make use of them. But this is what makes use of them. This is what we needed to actually be able to use all of those extreme, really highly built off-road racing vehicles. And it's nice to see that they took that and they were like, well, we have these vehicles and we really want a way to implement them, so we're gonna make the most extreme expansion we can. And they really did. They really took those vehicles and really put them to good use. I mean, even the Raptors, you can see the Raptors are at home here too, and you'll see the AI actually using them very, very often. Now, another thing though, besides all of the cars, the tracks, the weather, all of that ridiculous stuff, I plan on doing a lot of builds regarding the new vehicles. I plan on doing some overviews of the vehicles, as well as just some kind of some driving videos of just driving around the island and exploring, because exploring is also, for me anyway, that's kind of half the fun of Forza Horizon, is just kind of going around and doing these little mini road trips and exploring all over the place. And but builds of these new vehicles will be coming soon, also test drives and things like that. You're going to be doing a whole tour of all the vehicles and the island and everything, and I think that there's quite a bit of stuff to explore here. I mean, 80 new events in total, so absolutely ridiculous amount of stuff to explore. But I highly recommend picking up this pack. It literally just came out. This is my literally like first impressions of it. I just started playing it right after the DLC was released and the update was released. So I definitely recommend getting your hands on it if you want something that that will kind of further your Horizon 2 experience, I guess you'd say. So if you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave me a like. Tell me in the comment section down below what you guys thought of it. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe for more. And I will see you guys in the next one. Talk to you guys later.
Championship nailed. Your first step on the way to the island tour finale.